Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Danganronpa Deep Dive, a series where we take a look at the weird and obscure lore and trivia within the Danganronpa universe. It will include spoilers for quite literally everything, so you have been warned. But before then, please subscribe and hit the bell, as only a small percentage of our viewers are subscribed, so if you enjoy, please do that. So with that out of the way, here is the first fact of the day. Eiichiro wrote the manga, not Monokuma. In Danganronpa 2, the player is introduced to a manga that told the events of the tragedy. If you ever wondered who wrote that book, well, Danganronpa Gaiden Killer Killer has you covered. It's this guy, Eiichiro Sayama, a mangaka whose work is pretty mediocre, but keeps trying because he wants to get praised. Unfortunately, that obsession with praise spiraled a bit out of control, and a certain Mr. Sparkle Man had to get involved. So yes, it was not Monokuma, it was this guy. Monokuma, always lying. Sayama had his works published in Comic Ponpon, which some of you may recognise as the manga that Yasuke Matsuda is seen holding in Danganronpa 0. Sayama is also A, a fan, or B, the author of Sun Witch Esperito, as he has a bunch of merch of it around his room. If you want to know what happens more with him, please go read Danganronpa Gaiden Killer Killer. You'll probably enjoy most of it. On to today's fact number 2. Hope's Peak Academy's affiliated junior high school. This isn't exactly all too surprising given the existence of Hope's Peak Academy being a high school and the existence of the elementary school as well. But Hope's Peak Academy also had a junior high school division, and the students attending it have the title of Super Junior High School Level, or Junior Ultimates for those preferring the game's style of translation. Much similar to the elementary students who had the title of Super Elementary School Level, or Little Ultimates. However, like with the reserve course in the elementary division, in order to get officially into Hope's Peak Academy, they must also be scouted. The junior division's existence is mentioned in the novel series Danganronpa Tagami, where it reveals 5 students that make an appearance. The first 3 being the Mystery Research Society, and that's mystery with an apostrophe because that's cool. They are the club president as the Super Junior High School Level Mystery Maniac, the vice prez as the Super Junior High School Level Mystery Fan, and the treasurer whose talent was never actually revealed. Their whole shtick was trying to make the world into a bunch of locked room mysteries, while they worked under the imposter of Byakuya Tagami. They were absolutely obsessed with anything to do with mystery media. The 4th student was Takuya Tagami, the Super Junior High School Level Agitator, who was a participant in the Tagami's Legacy Crown Championship to decide the next heir of the corporation, and acted as a sort of final foe by the end of the championship, assuming that flashback holds water, which will be explained in a later video. The 5th is the Super Junior High School Level Tea Ceremony Club member, and they are merely just mentioned. If you hadn't guessed by now, the junior high allows multiple students to have similar talents in the same year, unlike the main school. They also get proper talents, unlike the elementary school, who gets talents of whatever class they are best in. We could get into more detail, but we'll save that for another video. On to the next fact. The Danganronpa 3 PE teachers. Now, what could be talked about with these two? Well, for starters, yes, there are actually 2 different PE teachers, unlike what the wiki might tell you. The main difference between them being different hairstyles. They are appropriately named PE Teacher 1 and 2 by the Danganronpa 3 art book, the epitome of creativity. The first teacher appeared in episode 2 of Despair arc of Danganronpa 3, having fainted while trying to handle the 77th Class B. She later reappeared in the 9th episode in a flashback, where she tried to free the Danganronpa 1 cast from Hope's Peak Academy's old school building, but was gunned down by the school's defense system. This was also a callback to Hagakure's dialogue where he mentioned hearing sounds reminiscent of construction site back during DR1. The other coach was a judge that ate a laxative cream puff during Ruruka's practical exam, and promptly got a unique design. But she came back in a later episode only to be blue again. How sad. Here's the newest fact on the block. Future Foundation's 13th director. To this day, we still really have no clue who the 13th director of Future Foundation really was, and it's easy to forget that there is one in the first place, and that Aoi Asahina is in fact not a director. To put it simply, they were responsible for leading the frontline food and resource distribution of Future Foundation. This director was said to be Asahina's senpai, but couldn't make it to the meeting for Makoto's trial. Thus, Hina had to go as a replacement. And that's about it. Or is it? They have yet to make an appearance proper, and it will probably never be revealed. But we do get one thing. There is a height chart for all the Future Foundation members, and this lady is on it. Is that the coach? Possibly. Is it the second coach that maybe still survived the end of Danganronpa 3, unlike the first coach who was gunned down by Hope's Peak Academy? Who knows? They even wear a similar jacket to Aoi Asahina's first design in Danganronpa 1. I guess we'll never know. Here's the second last fact for this video. Psychic powers seem to be a real thing. In the Danganronpa world, there are a handful of people, and even locations, dedicated to psychic abilities. Sayaka Maizono, though she dismisses her powers as intuition, in school mode, has flashes of the timeline where the killing game happened. Thus, at the very least, she has a strain of psychic power. Bear in mind, this was also written by Kazutaka Kodaka himself, so you can take it for all you people that only like facts that are straight from him. The psychic trope also extends to the Danganronpa spin-offs. In Danganronpa Togami, there is something called the Kudan that has the ability of prophecy, which is the main reasons the antagonists want to get rid of it. This will be explained in another video, along with other psychic powers and all sorts of weird stuff. So look out for that. In Danganronpa Kirigiri, we had Mariko Mifune, a participant in the Norman Hotel Duel Noir, a special type of killing game that will be explained in another video, or alternatively, you could check out our audiobook series of Danganronpa Kirigiri. She was capable of bending metal with her mind, but one day, for some reason, her powers stopped working, or perhaps she was just saying that. One of the Duel Noirs takes place in the Twin Research Institute, which researches the psychic bond between twins, through less than nice means. And as we all know, our catchphrase here at the Game Surgery is, God damn it, Danganronpa twins. Kyoko Kirigiri and Mikado Shinsen also have the ability to sense the Reaper's footsteps, which is an ability to sense danger. Kyoko's ability is very minor, and it's more like premonitions of danger. However, Shinsen is able to predict the future events through the amounts of death he can foresee. Kumaru Naegi, in Ultra Despair Girls, also has the capability of psychic powers. She can see and channel ghosts. And yes, before some of you say, well, that could have been just a delusion, we'll get into that in a different section, so keep on the eye out for that. And for today's last fact, Kirigiri knows how to use a gun. Yep, as it turns out, Kyoko knows how to use a gun. In Danganronpa Kirigiri, when she was overseas, she learned how to fire and use a gun thanks to one of the Zero-class detectives, Johnny Arp. If you're wondering what he looks like, think Brad Pitt, but in Danganronpa style. Not joking, that's literally how they describe him. There's some really cool Kyoko gun action in the 6th novel as well, which may or may not also include Johnny Arp. And that should do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and leave a comment with more obscure lore you want to see highlighted. If we missed anything, we will cover it in another episode, so just let us know if we missed anything at all. Or even just whatever you want to see. And if you want to see more of this type of thing, leave a like and make sure to subscribe too. It all helps us out. And a very big thank you to Danganronpa for the 10th anniversary. We would not be here without you, seriously, like, big heart emoji moment. Anyway, until next time, have a good day everyone.